Hi there, this is the Asus Zenfone 4, which is a budget-oriented Android phone. Hi there, this is Ranjit and I have this Asus Zenfone 4 and I have been testing this phone for about 7 days now. And this is a budget-oriented Android phone. It costs just rupees 6,000 in India. And the overall performance of this phone is very good. But again, everything is not perfect with this phone. So I'll give you the pros and cons in this video review. So as you can see here, I have the Asus Zenfone 4 and it's a pretty compact phone. It sports a 4-inch screen and as you can see, the back cover can be opened. The battery is user replaceable. It has a 1600 milliampere battery. And the striking difference with this phone and other phones is that if you notice, it says it has Intel inside. This phone is actually powered by an Intel dual-core Atom processor based on the Saltware. And it's a good thing actually because it's a pretty powerful processor and the GPU on this is also pretty good. That's a PowerVR SGX 544 GPU. Hence, even in gaming, the performance was very good. And before I proceed, let's talk about the pricing. The price quoted on the box is 6,499, but I purchased this unit from Flipkart for 5,999. So I would say for that price, it's an excellent deal. And if you're planning to buy this device from Flipkart, please use my link. It does support the channel. And before we proceed, let me actually give you the physical overview of this device. Overall, it's very comfortable to hold in single hand because of that 4-inch screen. And on the top, we have the 3.5mm headphone jack. On this end, we have the this is the power button and this is the volume rocker. And these are metal. So they look pretty good. Moving towards the bottom, we have the main microphone. And on this end, we have the micro USB slot that will be used for charging this device. Another good thing is that this device does support USB OTG. So you can just use a simple USB OTG cable and plug up pen drive and it works out of the box. So that's a good thing with this device. The rear facing camera is a 5 megapixel shooter and this can also record video in full HD, that's 1080p. Moving towards the front, we have a VGA camera and we have the earpiece. And we don't have ambient light sensor, so we don't have the auto brightness sensor on this. So this is the default lock screen and you get this animation when you move around, but you can just slide it to open. And if you notice, it's very fluid to operate. Though it has this custom skin that is known as Zen UI, I would say this skin is pretty good and it offers a lot of functionality and it does not slow down the phone. Regarding RAM, it has 1 gig of RAM. And regarding the screen, it has Gorilla Glass 3 protection, so you are safe. We have 3 touch type capacitive buttons at the bottom. This is the back, this is home, and this is for the multitasking tray. As you can see, I have tons and tons of apps that are running on this device. And as you can see, it runs on this Intel Atom processor that is clocked at 1.2 gigahertz, and it's a dual core processor, but hyper-threading is there. So Android sees it as a quad core, and the GPU, as I told you, is PowerVR SGX 544. So overall, pretty good performance. And the battery is a 1600 milliampere battery, and it's a dual SIM Android phone. But I did all my testing with a single SIM, and I would say with the single SIM, the battery life is decent. It'll last you for a day with single SIM. But if you're going to use it with 2 SIMs, then you might need to charge it in the evenings. Also, with normal usage, it should last you without any issues. But if you're a kind of a heavy user, then yes, you might have to charge the device again in the evening. So battery life, I would say, is kind of mediocre. One more thing I did notice is that we have these 3 touch type capacitive buttons at the bottom, but these are not backlit. So that's again a minor con. Again, as I told you, it does not have the auto brightness sensor, so you need to manually adjust the brightness. Again, it runs the custom Zen UI, and if you just slide it from the left, it gives you the default notifications. But if you slide it from the right, these are your quick toggles. And the good thing is you can customize these icons if you like. Moving towards the settings, if we go to About, out of the box, it's running the Android version 4.3. That is Jelly Bean, but Asus has said that this phone will be getting the KitKat update also very soon. Regarding internal storage, let me actually show you that. And as you can see, it comes with 8 gigs and out of that you have 4 odd GB that is available to you, but you can also add a micro SD card. Up to 64 GB is supported. I added a 8 GB SD card, as you can see, and we can move some of the apps to the SD card. Not every app, but some of the apps are movable to the SD card. For example, if you go to the Asus customized settings, if you go to the app installation settings, here you can set the preferred location to external storage. But again, not every app will be installed on the SD card. Some apps do reside only in internal storage, but we do have this setting, so you can just set it to external storage. So that's regarding storage, no issues. Again, we have a lot of customization that is offered. Again, as I told you that quick settings, you can customize that also. So Asus has provided a lot of customization with the Z UI, and again the UI, if you notice, it runs it actually very well. I have installed a lot of apps on this device, even some heavy games, and they run, most of them run without any issues. And these are the widgets. So it's close to stock experience, but it's not stock. And yes, we do have support for widgets also that work without any issues. For customizing, you just hold it like this, and here from here you can add the widgets and select the wallpapers, etc. For example, if I press the home, these are the default wallpapers that were installed on this device. So let's just change to one. For example, I select that, and if you just apply, it'll change it. So again, we have a lot of customization, and I'm pretty happy with it. Now, as we are connected to my Wi-Fi network, and some of you have asked me about Wi-Fi. Yes, the Wi-Fi performance is decent. I did not have issues with the Wi-Fi on this device. So let's open up the browser, and let's just go to our website. This is the keyboard. Again, the good thing about the keyboard is that Asus does allow quite a bit of customization again. So you can customize, for example, if you want haptic feedback, etc. You can do all that stuff with the device. Let's go to our website, that's tech2buzz.com. I'll just adjust the brightness, and I like this quick toggles over here, pretty good. And it has loaded our website. Let me try the pinch to zoom. Again, the pinch to zoom gesture is also very responsive. One thing I really liked about this device is how responsive is this device considering the budget oriented price of this phone. It's a very responsive device. And let's just open up one of the stories. For example, let's just open this story. We have a YouTube video, so let's see how it handles it. And again, if you notice, the orientation change was also very quick. And let's play back this video, and let me maximize the volume. This is at max volume. And in this video, we'll be doing the unboxing and review for this SanDisk dual USB drive. And the unique thing about this drive is, as you can see, it plays it without any issues. The only minor con is that the speaker is not very loud. In ringtones it's fine, but when you play back videos, etc. like this, it's just okay, not very loud in my opinion. So that's for the web browsing. I had good experience with it. I also tried it with the Chrome browser, and it worked fine. So overall, in terms of web browsing, you shouldn't have any issues with this device. Also, as I told you earlier, it does support USB OTG, and you can, for example, I have a lot of video files loaded on this SanDisk USB, and you can just plug it in and it will detect. It has a built-in file manager, and it will detect, and you can access that. For example, as you can see, it says that it's preparing, and now if I just click that, it opens the file manager, and this is all these files are on this thumb drive. And for example, we have this 1080p video. Let's play that. Again, I'll start over. As you can see, it plays it without any issue. So even full HD 1080p videos were not a problem with this device. And as you can see, and USB OTG functionality is also there. Again, it's surprising to see that Asus has provided this functionality, because many other manufacturers just don't provide this functionality on entry-level devices. But we have it on this Asus Zenfone 4. Now, if we move to gaming, here also I had some excellent experience with this device. I could play even very heavy games like Dead Trigger, Asphalt 8, and even Modern Combat 4 on this device. And actually, if you are interested in gaming, I would certainly say that have a serious look at this device. At this budget price point, at 6,000 rupees or so, you cannot get a better device for gaming. I've already made a dedicated video regarding that, so you can check out that video for more info regarding gaming. But overall for gaming also, it's an excellent device. Now coming to the overall performance, as I told you, it performs very well. We have this folder functionality like this on this device, and overall it performs very well. Also, some of you have asked me how does OK Google work, for example. Let's try that. What's the weather like? And it's pretty responsive.
And mostly cloudy in Hyderabad.
Let's try one more. Who's the president of India? And as you can see, it detects it without any problems. So overall, it's a very snappy device. One thing I did notice is that yes, it has Google Now like this if you go, but it just stays like this. You have to tap into this to activate Google Now. But apart from that, I was able to run most of the apps. As you have seen, WhatsApp runs. I tried a lot of other apps also, and I had no problems running various Android apps with on this device. And also it does have the official Google Play Store, so you can install tons and tons of apps from the Play Store. Now moving to the camera on this is a 5 megapixel shooter, and I would say yes, though the camera, it does have autofocus functionality, but the camera functionality, I would say in terms of the picture quality, is just so. Yes, it is certainly better than some other budget oriented devices like the Moto E, and it does offer a lot of options. I won't get into details about this because I've already made a separate video regarding the camera review, so you can check out that video for sample pictures and videos with this device. But overall, I would say camera is just okay on this device, nothing great to talk about. But if we compare the camera to the Moto E, then I would say the camera on this Asus Zenfone 4 is slightly better compared to the camera on the Moto E. But again, both of them don't have a spectacular camera in my opinion. But again, apart from that, in fact, if you're on a very tight budget, even this Moto E is also a very good Android device. But again, this Asus Zenfone 4 is a little bit more affordable. This Zenfone 4 sells in India for about 6,000 rupees, and this Moto E is for about 7,000 rupees. In fact, I have made a comparison video between the Moto E and this Asus Zenfone 4. So you can also check out that video for more info. And before I give you my conclusion about this Asus Zenfone 4, I also want to talk about the cellular voice call quality. I did make a lot of voice calls on this device, and I'm happy to say that the voice call quality on this device was very good. I was very surprised that the call quality was very good. I did not notice any hiccups or degradation in the voice call quality with this device. Also, some of you have asked me how was the screen outdoors in sunlight. Yes, if you maximize the screen brightness and keep it to max like this, outdoors it is fairly legible even in direct sunlight. And before I end, this is the dialer that you get, and I'll just dial this number and just show you the speaker quality. I'll just keep it on. Again, as it's at max volume. But as I told you, the speaker volume is not that loud. So let me end this call. So what do I think about this Asus Zenfone 4? As you have seen from the video review, the overall performance of this device is very good considering the price point of this device. It performs very well. The Intel Atom processor, that's a dual core processor, is actually very fluid. And though it has that Zen UI and it's a custom UI, I would say the Zen UI works pretty well on this phone. It's very fluid and it does offer a lot of functionality. And overall, in my testing, I did not face any issues of lagginess on this phone. Also, while doing gaming also, it performed excellent. So overall, I would say the performance was very good. Now coming to some of the negative aspects of this, I wouldn't say it's a big negative, but I would say these are not the highlighting factors. The first thing is the rear speaker. I would say the speaker is a little bit weak to my liking. Again, when we come back to the camera, though the camera can shoot video up to 1080p, the camera quality is just average in my opinion. Lastly, when we talk about the screen, though the screen quality is pretty decent considering the budget oriented price, but the viewing angles are not the greatest. So these are some of the shortcomings of this Asus Zenfone 4. But even after those shortcomings, I would say if you consider the overall performance of this device and take into account the price to performance ratio, I certainly say this is one of the best budget oriented Android phones that you can buy. And if you are on a very tight budget, do have a serious look at this Asus Zenfone 4. I give this product a big thumbs up considering the overall performance and the price to performance ratio. I've also made some other specific videos on this device, like it's a gaming review, it's a camera review, and also the USB OTG functionality, etc. Links for those videos will be in the YouTube show notes. I hope that you found this video review helpful. If you found it helpful, I'll appreciate if you can click the like button and also share this video with your friends. Thank you. This is Ranjit and I hope to see you in next video.